Hi everyone, my name is Nicole Miyuki and this is Let's Make Art, and you are here for a lettering tutorial. Lettering tutorial where we are making this fun project. I'm super excited about this because at this moment I bet a lot of you are really eager to go somewhere. So we're gonna go to get somewhere together on our paper.
How fun.
Ian just perked up. He has a lot of energy right now, so.
I'm not sure why.
So we're making this fun project together. It is called Go Explore. Now, the supplies. We are continuing with our June box. So you will have watercolor paper. We're using 3 different watercolors. We're using yellow ochre, magenta. Did you say something?
I did not say anything. Oh. I was just watching the colors be placed on the paper.
And Tahoe blue. Then you will be using a brush to do the outside and a Micron pen to do the lettering. So I have the right Micron pen now, a sepia brown Micron pen. Then there are 4 steps. Step 1, outline of the plane. Step 2, we're gonna do the lettering in pencil first, and then I'm gonna go over it with a Micron pen. And step 4 is the really pretty watercolor. Ooh. And there's watercolor inside the lettering.
What?
Say what? There's watercolor inside. So those are the 4 steps. Now, to transfer your outline. If you don't have this, you can download this on our website along with the practice worksheets if you'd like to join us for this. And I'm going to be using a light box. You can make your own plane. You can also make, what other shapes can people do?
Other
a bus?
Shapes? A football.
A football.
How fun would that be?
A travel in a football?
The laces could be the names of your favorite players.
Oh, yeah. This is actually, I love that you said that, because this is a project that you can do with any type of shape.
Yeah. That could be a birthday theme.
What?
What if a boy loves football and has a specific team, and you draw a football, and then the laces could be his favorite top players, right?
There you go.
Boom, idea.
And then, Keenan, do you want to tell them different ways if they don't have a light box?
Oh, different ways. Check. 1, you could use a glass, aka see-through, cooking pan without the nonstick spray. And you could put a light underneath that, specifically your phone and or a headlamp.
Because everyone has LED lamps.
Very useful, because everyone should have a headlamp. And you can place your project on that and then your paper on said project outline and use that. You could also use, for the outline at least, you could also use a window.
Yep.
If your window is clean enough. You don't want to add extra like fingerprints that someone might have left there or food. Who knows what's on your window?
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was so good. So while he was explaining all that, I traced my airplane, and you will notice that I traced 2 different lines. So because if you're looking at this, the outside line is going to be where we're going to add the watercolor. The inside line is where all of my lettering is going to touch. So that's my guideline. And I drew that pretty dark, but let me erase it just a little bit. Meh, that's fine.
What if you have a youth that likes Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
And you
could do a turtle shell.
Oh!
How sweet would that be?
That would be a cool one.
And then you could do different, like you could wrap the color of Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo.
Wrap it in it?
Like you could wrap.
Like this?
Yeah.
Oh. You're just killing it.
I've got 3 names. I can't remember the 4th.
I only know the ones that you had said. Keep thinking. So I'm going to move on to the second step. I'm going to make this a little smaller. I am now going to sketch out my lettering. So this is a step that I want to empower you to do it however you'd like. I decided to just do one big phrase, go explore, in the center, and I did it in a script style, but you can also do it in a block style if you want. but think of this as your playing field that you are going to add all of your lettering to. So I chose the phrase go explore, and then around this, I am going to, I guess I should have that there. I am going to put different places that Keenan is going to shout out at us.
Oh, snap.
And what I did is you can take this if you want some ideas. You can either do places you've been before, or maybe it's places on your bucket list that you really want to go. It also doesn't need to be different countries. It could be different cities. It could be special moments. Like Ian said, you can turn this into anything. You can make this into a different shape or a different thing. So have fun with this. But we were thinking that in addition to whatever Ian tells us, but in this community, there are so many people from different countries.
True.
That I wanted to honor everyone as well as, or however many we can think of. But I'm just, while we're talking, is I'm going to letter those inside. So take your time and do this as well. Now, go.
Okay, I've got Russia.
There's someone from Russia in our group?
I got excited. I forgot about people in our group. I'm not sure. Just Russia's a cool country.
Okay, I'll do it for you. Russia. If you're from Russia, please tell us.
Yes, please. Or of Russian descent.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Russia.
Greece.
Greece. We just had someone
Mm-hmm.
from our live that we just did from Greece. So you will see that you could decide how much space you want to fill. So I just used the entire word to fill to fill that whole space. And I went all the way to my inside line. Okay.
South Africa.
My favorite. Okay, let's see.
That sounded so Midwestern. My favorite.
Am I turning? Well, I added Missouri here. Did you
Yeah,
see
you
that?
did. Missouri's a good state.
For you. South Africa. You need to fit something right there. Okay.
Pretty sure England
100%.
is a place.
Is a place, England. So I am going to kind of play with it. I'm going to play with, I felt like doing that. Adding the curl to the G. Just going to kind of have fun with this. England. What else we got?
Well, we've got several. Let me think of a couple.
I was like, Canada.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I've seen Ireland.
Yes, I do remember
And
that.
if we do Ireland, I feel like we
Ireland.
should probably do Scotland because it's a really cool country too.
Okay, we can do that. So I mix it up. So you'll notice that sometimes I do my block lettering like this. Sometimes I do script. Sometimes I take up a lot of space. This is yours to design. Canada. What else did I say?
Did you already do Ireland? Yes, you
Mhm.
did. You already did Canada.
Ireland, Scotland. I did South Africa. Spain. Were you gonna say that?
I was going to say Sweden.
Oh, I was like, I heard an S from you. So if you have different words, so I'm thinking Spain is shorter, so I'm gonna fit Spain here. And I'm gonna fit Sweden up here. Sweden, Australia.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a bigger word. Let me fit it right here. Australia. U.S.
U.S. Us. The country of Let's Make Art.
Okay, I'll do it. We're all a happy family. Let's make art.
Nice.
1, 2, 3 more.
1, 2, 3 more? Who else?
You had so many before.
I had an entire list, and now I'm drawing a blank.
I'm doing Japan because I'm Japanese.
Oh, yeah, Japan. How did we forget that? We even said that out loud.
We did. That fits perfectly right there.
Germany.
Oh.
I know I
snap.
saw Germany.
Yes.
Today, even.
Yes. I'm trying to think where it's gonna fit. I'll make it fit. So I'm going to the outside, the inside line, Germany. That looks cool there. One more.
Ooh, that's neat. One more. One more.
What's our last one?
Arkansas.
Okay, you want me to do it? That's for Raven.
Raven.
Raven is on our marketing team. That's for you, Raven. Yes. Okay. So you can fill up your space. I don't like that. Fill up your space however you'd like. Then, when you're done with that, I am using the Micron pen. Now, there are a few different ways that you can do this. I am simply going to just trace over my lettering using my Micron pen. So that's one style. Another style that you can do is if you want to do the same thing and you trace over your lettering, but there's a technique called filigraphy that you may be familiar with that you can do. And so to do that, there's actually a few practice sheets that you can go through if you'd like as well. And that's if you go to our website, there's a Learn With Us tab where you can get all the outlines. Actually, every single outline that we've done together, you can get for free to practice along. So this will show dotted lines, and that will help you to start to gain that practice of where to add the thick downstrokes. Because with filigraphy, what you're doing is when your hand would be going down, you are adding a thicker or another line and then coloring it in to create a thicker stroke. So if you're familiar with brush lettering, it has that thin and thick lines. So that's what we are creating afterwards. So it's a really cool technique that I love to use. So I'm just kind of coloring it in, then on the up, thick on the down.
Sweden is looking good.
Sweden? I think you're going to say Sweden's looking sweet.
Down!
You missed out. Now, the other technique I wanted to show you is, let's see. I think I'm going to do it on this one. I'll do what I'm going to do and then I'll explain why. I'm going to move over here. I'm going to use the same filigraphy technique. However, this time, I'm going to leave it open. So instead of coloring it in, I'm going to leave those thicker downstrokes open. And the cool thing is that if you look at this, that is what these styles are when they're open. So you can do that, and then afterwards we're going to add color to it. So London is how I wrote Sweden, and then I didn't leave any that were just like Germany. So maybe I added the thick downstroke to all of that. But you can, if you like that thinner style, you can definitely leave it like that. And so the cool thing that you can see, and we're going to fast forward as I go through all of this, but I just wanted to say is that you can apply these techniques whether you are doing a script style or you're doing a block style. That's all I wanted to say.
What if it was a shark? You could do animals.
Actually, when I was doing this, I was like, I feel like this looks like a shark.
Totally just saw a shark.
In this one, when you were looking at it?
In this one, yeah.
There's so many fun things you can do with this. I love it. Okay. Are you good to zoom?
Zoom.
On.
Zoom in to this cool plane.
We are back. So you saw that I added all of the fun, I don't know what I'm trying to say. added all the fun extras to my lettering. That's what I wanted to do. Is I filled it all in with my Micron pen. Then I took an eraser and I erased all my pencil lines. And then I also just lightly kind of erased my I was gonna say shark, my airplane.
Shark plane.
And the last thing I wanted to note before I moved to watercolors is, can you see how I left this fully open?
Yes.
That was on purpose, because if you look at this, this was the only part that I did in watercolor lettering.
Oh.
That was just something I decided to do. You don't have to do that as well, but I'm gonna show you how you can also do lettering with this brush as well. So I have my watercolors. I have my Tahoe blue, but I wanna mix this teal turquoise type of color. Where is it? We have this color wheel that you can reference as well. So I am going to, nope, yellow ochre. I mixed mainly blue. I want to add more blue. So that's more of a green. I want to make a little bit more teal-y color, so I'm going to add a little bit more blue because I really like that color, and that's what I'm going to use for my lettering. So the brush that you have, you could do this with this brush that you have in your box. You can use it with the round 2 or a round 0 that we've had before. But what I'm going to letter is I'm going to dip into my watercolor and I'm just going to trace over my lines. And you know what? When you're doing this, don't worry so much about thin on the up, thick on the down, unless you want to. But the cool thing about watercolor lettering is no matter what you do, it's going to look cool because it's in this different cool color that's popping off the page. So just trace over your lettering. I'm just going to dip in. You'll notice that I want the color to be really saturated, so that's why I'm dipping in more often than you might be used to. So I traced over that. So that's just a fun pop. Now for the water, or what it reminds me of water, but I don't know what you think of for this part. But I was thinking as if it was an aerial view and a plane was flying over.
I like that idea.
So you can either pre-mix a couple more shades of different colors if you want as well, but I'm just going to start and I'm going to use my Tahoe blue and do a mix with my teal. And so I am just simply looking at the outside line and I'm going to paint around that. Then as you do it, if you want to have it have this effect where it's more saturated in towards the middle and then it gets lighter around, you're just going to add water. So this is a technique where you're just adding water to make a lighter color. It's fun because sometimes when it's wet, it'll kind of spiral out or like that.
Give us some explosions.
Some explosions. So I'm just going to turn this around, and then you can start to mix other colors in there as well. But that's all you're going to do is just kind of paint around the edge and then add water to it. So then it does that cool explosion like Keaton was saying. And then a cool thing that I want to show you is that as you start to use water, I actually like to use my finger. I need a little bit more water in here. And then as I get to this edge here, I just use my finger and I do these circular motions. So it kind of looks more like clouds, but that way it's a little bit less harsh of a line. Could you see that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So it's super light, and you might not actually on camera, I realize you might not be able to see it, but that's just a fun technique that I like to do that I found works for me. So if you want to try that as well, that might work for you as well. I just said as well twice.
As well? Let's see how many times we can say as well in a row.
As well. That's such a weird phrase now that I think of it. Are you going to say it?
I think that thought as well.
Good one.
Thank you.
You've thought about that. Okay, so we can zoom on again, but before I do that, oh, that looks so cool. So it's fun when you mix different colors in it, And again, it just creates this explosion. It spreads out. So you can decide how far out you want your color to go. I just want it to have a little bit of like a ring around it.
I just had an idea.
Yeah, what's your idea?
What if you organize the countries, if you do the countries, you organize the countries by what color their flag is, and then do the colors of the flag where they are in relation to the plane. So like some are blue, you could do that close blue color match, and then paint that area of the plane, around the plane, that color, as well as do the letters that color.
And then other countries around it.
Yeah.
So you would need to make sure that your countries.
Similar colors.
That's a cool idea. Especially because a lot of countries have red and blue.
Lots of.
And yellow.
Yeah, there are a lot of them that have that blue color.
Someone do it. Oh, how you can make a. Or if it was, I just had another idea. If it was one country, and then the background was a flag.
Ooh.
And all the states, or if it's states or provinces or whatever it is on the inside.
That would be sweet.
That would be epic.
Takes a lot of, that would take a lot of planning.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like it would.
Yours would take more planning.
No, I mean like in general. Both of our ideas would take a lot of planning.
Oh, I love this technique of so I'm just using water and then just letting it come out from there. Man. So, Keen and I were saying is that when we were zooming, while I paint this, is if we didn't add your country, please tell us where you're from.
Oh, yeah.
The coolest part of this community and what we love is that we all can join from anywhere. I think that's actually a positive of what's been going on with quarantine, is that it's not location specific wherever you are. Well, sorry, I should explain. Is that you can connect with people no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
And it's made that more apparent than ever.
I actually just had another thought.
Yeah.
When it comes to adding what country you're from, where you live, whether that's actually where you're from or you currently live, you should add how you say hello in that country's language.
Adding it, so wait, sorry, say it, all of them? Or just with the specific country?
Just whichever you choose, whether it's you choose where you're from or where you live, you should add how you say hello or how you greet that person.
I love it. And it made me think of how we have the Hello Around the World project.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I love it. So that was actually, oh my gosh, that's so cool. That was our first project together.
And this is our last.
And this is our last. So you can definitely do that. That's the cool thing about all of these projects that we've done thus far, is that you can do them at any point, at any time, mix and match them. This would be a perfect Hello Around the World one too. Like Keenan was saying. So cool. So I realized I used 2 different colors here. This one I use more of just one color. This is how you can make it your own. Now, I am going to mix a few colors to add the fun to my foligraphy, the thicker down part. What I was thinking as I was saying that is, if you look closely, you might notice that, for example, on Bali and on Missouri, I added a pattern. So if you want, you can also take your time and do that as well. So for example, is on England, it's a little damp, but maybe you draw a pattern inside there. So you can have fun with that. Kind of got a little small there. Or you can draw lines. You can draw any type of pattern. Okay. Then, like I said, you have this color wheel. So if you like any of these specific colors and you want to mix that beforehand, you can do that. I think I am just going to use what I have, maybe, well, let's see. I want to make like an orangey color. So I'm going to just take some of my magenta, some of my yellow ochre. make a few, and I'll just paint with that. So you don't need a lot of the color, because as you'll see, I'm just swiping over the thick down spots and making it pop. England just looks really cool.
England looks sweet. I want to take a drone to England.
Keenan has a legit drone.
Yeah,
Now I
dude.
need to see your new one.
It's on the way.
Oh, it hasn't arrived
If
yet.
you never leave Missouri, you'll get to see it.
Thanks.
And as how this is going, seems like you may never leave.
For everyone who's wondering, we are in Missouri currently.
Yes, we are.
I'm in Missouri currently.
We are in the northwestern region of Missouri, only a couple hours south of the Iowa border. It's a lovely Midwestern farming community. Pretty green.
It is so green here. I know I said that in the Polaroids one, but it is something that I definitely love. I should just do clouds. I should just do a Missouri in honor of Missouri and just draw clouds.
I have a cool drone photo I have to show you.
Okay. I don't know why I think I'm just a kid, but I just love looking at clouds. And the clouds here just get me every time. They look like Toy Story clouds. So I'm swiping through. Ooh. I didn't pick up color as it went, so it went darker and lighter.
That's cool.
What's your favorite color on this one, Keenan?
Let me zoom in here and take a gander. What color is Ireland? Because that looks pretty.
That's actually magenta. I just added a little bit of water to that.
You could paint the different countries the colors of their flag.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't I think of that first?
Why didn't I think of that?
Dang, that's so neat.
I was just kind of feeling whatever color I felt like painting, but yes, that would make way more sense. Okay, sorry, I interrupted you. What's your favorite color?
I think South Africa.
What?
It's a subtle color.
Oh, I meant on... Oh, hello. I've
Oh.
been talking to you,
Hi,
phone.
Siri.
I meant on the color wheel.
Let me see. If you want to shift so we can see the whole color wheel.
So this is the really cool thing. I don't think I said this. Is magenta. Our main colors are magenta, Tahoe blue, and yellow ochre, but you can make a whole array of colors. I like these.
That royal purple.
You and Michael.
Yeah, I'm torn between the royal purple and, I mean, I love the Tahoe blue. That's just a pretty blue color.
It's a good one. You can have both those.
Okay, thank you.
I picked two, too. Okay, I splattered paint all over me, I realized. I think we're done, actually, now that I realize that. If you want to, when it's completely dry, you can erase more of your pencil lines, but I'm actually going to leave it because it adds some personality. And that's it, everyone. We did it.
Wow.
Now it's time to, I feel like I want to imagine all these different places, but I'm going to imagine right now at this moment, all of you across the world doing this with us. And I just want to say this is the coolest part of Let's Make Art, and the fact that we can do this together as a community, and it makes this world so amazing and that much smaller that we can create art together. So thank you everyone for being here with me on this lettering journey, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and all the other ones that we have. They're going to live on, and I don't know what I was going to say, but thank you everyone.